Hello everyone, you're listening to The Right Side of Gaming. Today I just want to go over some of my notes from the early access. And I apologize, I originally wanted to record it, or at least stream it or something. Either way, I'd have a recording to post to YouTube, but it doesn't quite perform as well as I hoped when I have both the game and OBS and possibly Twitch running. Although we're going to get into performance issues later on, because while I may be a little lacking in that area, a lot of other people with much better computers were also having some issues. First, I want to start off, though, with the actual class. I realize that, not everyone's going to play Sanctifier, but it gives you an idea of how close the original leaked stuff or stuff we saw on streams was to the end result. And to be fair, this is going to be the same type of progression for everybody. I mean, it's going to all happen at the same levels and things like that. So I started off, it has pretty much the same powers that we were expecting. And then it goes through and tells you what all you get when. I'm going to let you read through that if you'd like, but you get Mana Surge at level 3, a boost to your Divine Bolt, I think your basic attack level 4, then you get Angelic Descent at level 6, Healing Current at 10, Faith's Bounty at 15, Seraphic Boom at 20, Mending Aura at 25, and Ward of the Sanctifier at 30. So it's a little spread out, although you're going to be getting, a good chunk all the way up through level 10, and then it, spreads out a little more. The bonuses are exactly as I thought they were going to be. You start off, I think, at level 0, technically, you have a bonus to Planeswalker damage, and then you level up and you get the bonus to maximum health, and then it'll tell you, sort of down at the bottom, bonus creature damage next. And you can kind of track that through levels, so at 2 and then 3 was the creature damage. 4, I got critical damage. Sorry, no, wait. Yeah. Then we get critical damage, gold drop rate, and you can just kind of track it through and see. I think this one we had a spell page drop rate, and then at 8 we're going to get relic fragment drop rate, and then at 9 planeswalker damage. But every level you get sort of a 1% or 0.5% increase in some of these stats. And that's about what I expected. Deck-wise, it starts you off with 4 cards and 2 actual slots in your hand. And you're going to have that, I think, regardless of what class you play. You play through more or less the entire story on the starting area, Tazim, and you get more cards as you go along. So by the time you finish the story, you'll have a full 12-card deck, but they give it to you 1 card at a time. So it started off with, for Sanctifier, Chain Warden, Divine Wrath, Judgment, and Radiant Volley. And I want to make sure we note which of these have the stuns. Chain Warden has a stun, Divine Wrath has a stun, and then Radiant Volley has a stun. It's important because Phalanx Charge crits whenever they're affected by a control effect, so those stuns become important, and you have access to the combo fairly early on. Phalanx Charge is literally the first card you get after those starter 4. And number-wise, I think I was doing, maybe doing around 100 damage with my basic attack. Around the time I got some of this and worked out the combo. I was doing around 100 with my basic attack, give or take a little, maybe 200-300 with an ability. And then when I'd combo it, I might hit for like 600. And then I think I hit one combo for about 3 times that. I'm not entirely sure how I pulled it off, but at some point in there, I mean, you can really rack up the damage with these. So I wound up, keeping Phalanx Charge in my hand until I also had a stun, and it's worked pretty well so far. But I just want to give you the idea of sort of how, much damage you can pull off on those combos. Then you get Revenge, and you can see that whenever you get a new card, it adds to your deck automatically. Heavenly Assault, Vanillish Archers, Healing Recall, Spirit Offering, Fainslayer Paladin, and then the last card you get is Light Piercer Angel. I assume it's the same order for everyone that's playing Sanctifier, and of course your mileage will vary if you're playing one of the other 4 classes. But the idea is still the same. As you progress through that first story, you're going to get more cards and unlock your 3rd and then 4th hand slot, basically. And then you can see you have a full deck by the end of it. Throughout the story, towards the end of it, you're also going to get a free artifact. And just to make it easy on you, they're drag and drop, at least on the mouse and keyboard. So I had to physically, click on the Wizard's Tome and hold down the mouse button and drag it to the lesser slot than I wanted. I don't know about the controllers, and I'll probably have to remember to talk about controllers later. But just in case anyone else tries to click it into place like I did. Okay, so I want you to pay close attention here. At some point, you get to your personal realm, and they want you to upgrade one of your creature cards. And you can see that whenever you have enough pages, it gets like this little gold icon. I think I'm getting close on some of these, and some of them not so much. This number right here is the important one. That is your refined Aether. Okay? I have 17,700 here, and it wants me to use that Aether when I upgrade Light Piercer Angel. Now remember, this is what you're using the Aether to get cash shop currency. And it even tells you, whenever you get some, this isn't like a separate Aether somehow. Like every time I get Aether, it says, oh, you refined this much today. So this is, the refined Aether that's going towards my daily allotment, basically. And yeah, the numbers go up, but I'm having to use my potential cash shop currency. So I want you to just keep that in mind, that as you're upgrading your deck, you're using your cash shop currency buying power, basically. And I think we go through, and I don't think, yeah, see, right here. Aether refined today, storage, and it's the same numbers we saw, 50,000 a day. Is that 200,000 or 2 million? Man, my glasses. Anyway, it's, 2 million. So it's the same numbers we saw. But again, you're using that refined Aether to upgrade your cards. And I think you have to upgrade it. It didn't really seem to give me the option not to. Speaking of the personal realm, after you finish the first story, world story, you wind up there, get you some lands. This number up here will turn to 1 on all those. And that's when you unlock the dual color ability. So you can put a second color into your deck as soon as you finish that first story. And it only took me a couple of hours. I took a break in there just because it's my, evening ritual a lot of nights to play Apex with one of my friends. But I came back and, it wasn't too terribly long. You really mostly only mess with the Aetheric core. There's some story stuff I won't spoil for you, but you activate the core, you do your mana thing for the lands and your dual color thing. And then you go to the Sanctum, which is on Dominaria. And you'll see, I guess it might have cropped it a little bit, but there's actually a lot more than 6 players here. This is a social hub that's bigger than the world hubs, I guess. So you have a bunch of players all at once, and it gets more of that MMO feeling. Okay, you're not limited to just 6 people running around. You have entire crowds clumped around the broker and the tailor, and even Raul Zarek up there because he has quest stuff. Next, I want to take a look at the store. Here we go. A lot of it isn't too bad. I think the sort of, not transfer. Anyway, the exchange rate, there we go. For Zen is about, this is about $5 for all of these. This is $20, and so on. So it's, $1 for 100 Zen. This part is fun. I want to make sure you know where this is. If you go into store and class and packs, I bought it already because it was free. It'll actually appear over here and everything gets shifted down one. But this is where you'll actually get your exclusive skins for Arc and Epic Games. Okay, so if you need to, you'll actually be able to go in and, or if you want to, you can go in and get your skins. And this 2 new items that you can see over there. Maybe not. I think it did a little weird on the cropping. Maybe I need to fix that just a little bit, if it'll let me. Yeah, you don't really need to see what's on the other side anyway. If you take a look at the 2 new items, that's actually the mission and enemy rewards bonuses I got for playing through Arc. But these all contain the cosmetic that's in the Planeswalker bundle for the class, as well as actually unlocking the class. So if you don't want to wait and unlock it through your personal realm, you can pay to unlock it this way. But remember, this is about $25, so it's not exactly cheap. We do have our booster packs, and believe it or not, it's the Dimir Assassin booster pack. And you get, it tells you down here, you get a bronze, silver, or gold tier prize, a silver, gold, or grand tier prize, and then some other stuff. I want you to take a look through all this, see kind of what you can get. You can get the costume set, the Nightvale Stalker spell that we've seen before, the Assassin class itself. Over here, you get some traits you can pick from. Then we have spells, Elven Ambusher, Fire Dance, and Light Shield Barrier. Some of those seemed kind of interesting when we were looking through them the other day. We have artifacts, that Blood-Soaked Altar. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm kind of bummed. I kind of wanted that Blood-Soaked Altar. Anyway, Trading Aromatic, Dimir Codex, Assailant's Contract. You can kind of see, the how rare they are by sort of their outline. That stuff is going to be a lot more expensive. In fact, we'll get the prices here in a minute. You're not going to like that. Got the equipment, world enchantments you can pick up, a bunch of spell pages, and it'll be a number, of spell pages based on common, uncommon, rare, mythic. We'll see a lot of that. Sort of the same deal with relic fragments, and then, possible boosts. And I clicked through some of these just to see, it's, you get it's not like you're getting 3 loadout slots and decks whenever you get one of these. You get one at a time. So you have to remember that's going to be $5 per extra loadout. Here's the part you're not going to like. This is the broker. Okay? Let's say you want to buy the Assassin class. Well, I probably have a little more gold here now. But, that's not unreasonable for starting characters. This costs $8.5 million. 10,000? $8.5 million. It's going to be a while to afford that, but whoever sold their Dimir Assassin classes to the broker are rolling in it right now. And yes, you can get some of the other stuff and get an idea of prices. Spell pages are much cheaper, but there's not really a whole lot on the market right now. But that Assassin class, if you were planning on buying it outright, you are really going to have to save up. Just giving you a heads up. In fact, this might be a good time to mention one of the bugs. We get item missing name a lot on various things in here. And it's not just in the broker. I see it in the equipment section too. I don't think I really took screenshots of a lot of my gear. I actually have a lot more than this now. But I had some of that pop up over there too. I'd get the item missing thing. But I don't think I really started picking up gear until I was around level 6 or 8. You get a little ways in, and then you start picking it up, and then it starts, picking up more. But if you aren't getting any gear for those first few levels. Yeah, I guess I started getting it around level 6. I'm not getting it for those first few levels, don't freak out. I think that's just part of the game. You kind of have to get to the part where you sort of unlock equipment. And I don't think there's like an actual, oh, hey, you unlocked this. It's just sort of a there type of deal. And we're on the subject. I kind of took pictures of some of the rewards I was getting, and as well as some of the possible rewards for stuff. It's not a huge difference at low levels in how much you get. But you'll notice, I'm only getting spell pages for white stuff at the beginning until I unlocked the extra colors on my personal realm. Until I really completed that first story, I was only getting spell pages for the stuff I already had and in white. Once I got past that, do I not put that over in? Yeah. I'm sure there's more in here somewhere. Once I got to the next realm that I could go to, which I chose Innistrad, I started getting other colors. I started picking up black spells, green spells. I picked up a blue spell on the previous plane, so I got some pages for that. So once you get past your, first storyline and you unlock sort of that multicolor stuff, I think that's when you start really picking up other colors of spells. That's also when you can go to other planes too. And I assume it's, going to be the same thing. If you go back to that starting plane, you'll be able to also pick up other colors of spells. Okay, give me just a sec. What do I have next? Battle Pass. It's $10 for the regular Battle Pass, or $25 if you want to get an extra 15 levels out of it. And I just sort of screenshotted everything through the first bit. That Dawnbringer set, I guess, would be your premium bit down at the bottom. And then you have your regular stuff up here at the top. So everything up at the top is free. Bottom you got to pay for. And you can see you get your spell pages, your fragments, your skins, things like that. I'm just going to go through kind of slowly and let you guys sort of read through. If there's anything that jumps out at you, you'll kind of know where it is. I also want to point out while I'm doing this that we have the daily down here. First one is earn gold, which seemed kind of like it was going to be rough to start with. Because I was getting like, oh, I'd kill something. It's like, hey, you got 1 gold. But the gold did pick up pretty quickly. And then the ordeals, I'm not sure if I've done an ordeal yet or not. There probably was some in the quest line. I'll have to go back and check. But let's go back real quick. Everything up to level 15. If you pay that extra, if you pay the full $25, you get everything that we've shown up until this point. And then you've got your levels after that. I didn't get all of them. I think I petered out around 35. And you can actually get some of the booster packs in this, I think. Yeah, see? Booster pack at level 23 if you're premium. Raw Xerix Investments. But you get all the way to, I think, 35, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm just going to skip ahead and see how much we've got. There's going to be 50 levels of the Battle Pass, which means you can get 50 levels total. And then you're like, well, what about that bit right afterwards? Okay, that's fun. After you get level 50, I think you can keep earning XP and basically get an additional levels. And you don't get like the special stuff, but you're still going to get rewards if you keep playing after you hit that level 50. So don't feel like you have to necessarily hit the end of the battle pass and quit. I mean, spell pages are better than nothing. And remember, you get bottom and top if you pay for premium. So you're going to get 2 spell page packs and then the chest. Let's see. I think all I have left is to kind of talk about some of the bugs. Only one of them I really got screenshotted, but it's something that we were talking about a lot in chat. You'll notice up here it says patching. The game doesn't seem to run as well when it starts patching, but it will patch in the background while you're playing. I know a lot of other people were talking about, they were having issues even with their much nicer graphics cards and all the other stuff with it being laggy or having issues with frame per second or whatever it's called. We also had, I know personally, I tried to join, one of the group quests, and well, the first time I went through, there was it completely bugged, and some of the enemies to progress didn't spawn, and I had to get out and get back in. And then I tried to join one, and it wouldn't recognize that I had accepted into the group, so it just kept counting down on the timer until it expired, and it's like, okay, you didn't get in, and we're going to remove you from the queue. I was like, no, I clicked in several times, but I guess it kind of bugged out. I know a lot of people are having issues with controllers. It's only recognizing the Xbox stuff, so if you try to put in a PlayStation controller, it's like, no, it doesn't work at all. Which is a shame, because that's naturally what I have. The game has completely crashed on me once. Like, it wasn't just, oh, it's patching and completely stopped and wouldn't do anything. I mean, it completely crashed, went black screen, and I had to get out. I've also had to force quit the launcher a couple times because it was having issues, and I noticed at one point in the night it was having difficulty connecting back to the server. I'm trying to think if there's any other bugs that I've noticed. If I think of any, I'll probably add it in the comments below and let you know. But I think that's all that I really wanted to cover. I just wanted to let you guys know sort of some of the stuff I've noticed in game, give you a heads up just so you know what you're getting into. Don't get me wrong, it has been absolutely fun. And hopefully some of the performance issues will improve as it goes along. We'll get a little more compatibility. They'll get everything sorted out. But I just wanted you to have a heads up, if you're having issues in the game later, or so that you know that you might have some issues. Speaking of, that's another one I thought of. I remember, while I was in a group, especially one of those where we had a bunch of people out summoning stuff, it was a little harder to keep track of both where enemies were, and I had a lot of stuttering in the actual video, so it was kind of hard to, hard to keep up when you had a bunch of stuff out on the field. Is there anything else? So I'm sure I'll think of something, again, just absolutely immediately. But I think that's all I can think of for now. If you guys think of anything else, or if you have any other issues, please feel free to, comment them down below so other people have a heads up. Either way, I hope you guys have an awesome day. I hope you enjoy getting to jump into this game, and I will catch you guys next time.